And we usually do. So just start standing with your feet comfortably under your hips. I'm on a mat here. One of these days I won't have to wear this sock anymore. All right, so we're gonna lengthen tall through the back of the head and just do a couple shoulder rolls. So bringing our shoulders forward, up, back and down, slow and big. Yeah. Loosening up there and a little mobility of our shoulders. Next time our shoulders go back and down, we can just let them relax there. Good. And we'll start with some breathing and lifting of our heels. So as we inhale, we're going to float the heels up. You can bring your arms with you if you like. And on the exhale, float the heels down. So nice full breaths, right? Inhale. I think I'm actually getting a tiny bit higher than I was. Exhale down. Yeah, good. Inhale up, lifting a little higher onto the toes. Exhaling down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms up and our right knee up. So just go ahead and lift and lower back down. And then we're going to lift our left knee up, inhaling and exhaling down. And again to the right side as we inhale, lift tall, hold, and exhale down. And switching to the left, lift tall, hold for a moment, you can, and exhale down. And then we'll widen our stance into what's called second position, just kind of a wide squat, right? So you want to turn the toes out and try to line up the knee with about the second toe there. Just find how far down you want to go in your squat. Doesn't really matter, whatever feels good to you. And we're just going to lift our left heel and lower it, and then lift your right heel and lower it. And then lift your right heel, lift your left heel. Oops, I can't lift. And then lower the right heel, lower the left heel. And then lift your left heel, lift your right heel, lower your right heel and your left. Both heels, lift and lower, and lift and lower. One more time. And we're breathing. Good. And relax down. You're going to keep your squat, bring your arms up and take them lifting over the head. And we're just going to take a little turn to the right. So arms are going to kind of come down to where our shoulders, so they're in line with the shoulders. Just take a little rotation and then lifting back to center and a little turn to the left. Floating the arms down, back to center as you inhale, and a little turn to the right. And back to center, lifting. Exhale, turn to the left. And then coming center with our arms up, we'll bring our right arm by our side or on your leg, wherever you want to take it. Side bend over to the right with that left arm, reaching. Yeah. Little side stretch. And you don't have to go very far with that side stretch if you don't want to do anything to your low back. All right, lift up and take that right arm. You want to protect your low back, in other words. You can still stretch without taking too much of a side bend, right? Good. And lifting back up, let your arms relax. Go ahead and bring the legs together and just do a little circling of our hips. Hula hoop. And let everything go. Nice and big. And the other direction. And then we'll come to the end of our mat or wherever you're going to be. And inhale. And then as we exhale, just allowing our head and shoulders and arms to relax and all the way down and hang. A little bend and straighten of the knees. So maybe Let your head and neck relax. And then just allowing your knees to be as bent as they want to be. We're going to stack back up slowly, letting your arms be heavy. The pelvis comes underneath us as we start to stack our spine back up. And then again, inhaling, we exhale back down. And then hang. Maybe you're able to touch the floor. See if you can just straighten one leg and bend the other knee and then alternate. So switch, just bend one knee and the other, gently shifting our hips a little bit. Feeling that hip shift, feels a nice little stretch through the hip. Good. And then coming to center, walking our hands out, spreading the fingers wide, lifting our tailbone, and just let your body move around if it wants to. Here, as we stretch our heels into the ground. Today's Monday, right? Yeah. Then we start. You might like to shift your weight forward and back or just side to side a little bit. Lift that tailbone, press the heels. Yeah. And then we can maybe take our hands a little farther out towards a plank or all the way into a plank, just however your body feels today, right? So you don't want to necessarily do a full plank if it doesn't feel like your body wants to go there yet. Good. And we're breathing. And then we'll come down to the mat, knees down and around to lie on our back. So bring the heels in, lined up with our sits bones. Arms can be just relaxed by your side. Great. Take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, letting our tailbone curl up, peeling off the mat, one bone at a time, into a bridge. And at the top of the bridge, any adjustments of the feet, relaxing our shoulders, pressing the hips up, take an inhale, and then just letting the spine melt down on your exhale. Hips come down last, and then when we come down, we relax and inhale, exhale up again, peel off the mat. And at the top of our bridge, we'll let our arms come over our head and relax on the floor. Just pressing the hips up, letting our spine melt down, one bone at a time. Right, hips come down last. Good. Just leave your arms there as you inhale. Exhale up again. So bridge up again. Good. Inhale at the top and melting down on our exhale. We're going to clasp our hands behind our head as we inhale. Exhale, press head and shoulders up. Inhale back down to the mat. And on our exhale, we're going to bridge up again. So we're going to try to get some movement in our spine. So more, flexibility in there as you peel off the mat. At the top, you're going to exhale down one bone at a time as the hips start to come down, head and shoulders come up. Sort of like a seesaw movement. And then our head and shoulders go down, and then we peel off the mat again. So think of a wave, right? Your spine is a wave, and we're melting down. And as the hips come down, our head and shoulders come up, focusing on the movement of our spine, lying back down, and then bridging up. And then melting the spine back down and lifting the head and shoulders. See if you can really start to feel a little more mobility. One more time, we're going to bridge. So peel off the mat. And exhale down. And then go ahead and press head and shoulders up. And lie head and shoulders back down and stay there. And then we're just going to open our knees apart and let them relax here. The hips relax open. And then inhaling, we're going to press head and shoulders up on our exhale with our knees apart, with them open. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, press head and shoulders up again. Really let your legs relax. Good. Inhale, lay back down. Good. This time we're going to press up and stay there. Just press your head and shoulders a little bit off the mat. Take a side bend to the right. So your right elbow comes toward the right knee and back to center, and a little side bend toward the left. So we're just side bending our upper back, really, and then come back to center and to the right and back to center, to the left. Good. And center, to the right. One more time, to the left. Good. And then coming to center, relax your head down. Then we'll lift our knees to the top and let them sway over to the right and relax. Keeping our hands behind our head. And then lift the knees up and let them sway over to the left and relax. Just take a breath. And lift the knees back to the top. So we're going to press that low back into the mat and bring one leg up and then the other leg up into our tabletop. And go ahead and take your hands and press them against your thighs right above the knees or right on the knees. And just hold them there with your arms as straight as they'll go. Inhale. Exhale. Curl the tailbone up. Press your hands into your legs as you try to lift your tailbone off the mat, and then relax as you inhale, right? So exhale, press. Knees into hands, hands into knees, and then relax as you inhale. So relax on the inhale back to neutral, and we feel our tailbone lifting off the mat a little bit, right, as we press. Isometric. Good. Last one. And then just take a little rest. Hug your knees. Maybe let your body rock around a little side to side. And then we're going to bring our legs back up and open the knees apart, heels together, frog position it's called, right? When your heels are together, knees and toes out, arms out from our shoulders, and your legs can be closer to you if that's more comfortable, wherever they need to be. But keep those heels together, take your legs over to the left, anchor that right shoulder, exhale back to the top, and then inhale the legs to the right, anchoring the left shoulder, and exhale back. Inhale to the left, exhale back. Inhale to the right, exhale back. Now you're going to stay here with your legs up in frog, bring the arms to the ceiling. Good. And we're going to do a toe touch in frog. So you're just going to reach your right heel away from you down toward the ground and exhale it back up, holding the arms up. Pressing your low back into the mat, just gently imprinting. Left heel goes away and back. Right heel goes away toward the mat and back. So our knees are open, right? They're still in frog position. Way and back. And then with your Legs here at the top, we're going to do double or both. So we're going to press our back into the mat, lower the leg, both legs down, and take your arms a little bit back by your ears, and then bring everything back to the top on your exhale. Keep the heels together, kind of press your heels into each other, right? So you really feel your legs engage. Inhale away, exhale back, and we're trying to keep our low back pressing into the mat. We're going to open. Now you might want to add to that a little more, so you can, as you come up, you can go ahead and curl up and just bring your legs a little bit more towards your head, and then bring everything back to center. So we add a little crunch, right? We'll inhale away, exhale up. If you want to do this, you can just kind of bring your legs toward your head and then bring them away, and then open and curl up, little lift and back. One more, open and bring up into curl, lift. Good. And then this time when you come back down onto the mat, bring your hands behind your head again, clasping, right? Pull the heels in, really open the knees. Inhale here. As you exhale, stretch your legs out and press up. So the traditional frog, right? Inhale, lie down, pull heels in. Exhale, stretch out through those heels. Inhale, lie down. Exhale, press up. Now stay here, lift the legs to the ceiling. Lower them back to where they were, bend the knees and lie down. Exhale, press up as you stretch out, lift the legs. Now this time we're going to open the legs into a straddle. Bring them back together, lower down, and lie down as you pull the heels in. So 3 parts to that. Exhale, stretch out, lift the legs up, open them out apart, straddle, pull them back together, lower down, lay down as you pull your heels in, right? So got that rhythm. Stretch out, lift up, open, bring it together, lower down, bend, and lie down. One more time, stretch out, lift it up, open the legs apart, nice big straddle, bring them back together, lower down, bend, lie down, and stay there. Hug your knees. Your body relax, and you might like to hold the knees with your hands and just kind of stir the legs, because we've really held them in that position quite a while and they're feeling it. So you want to just relax your legs and give them a little stir with your hands like that, like opposite circles, right? To help them relax. Yeah. Right. And then we'll bring our feet on the ground. We're going to stretch out into a full body stretch, reaching through your arms, reaching through your legs, flexing your feet, and just doing a little side to side reach, right? A little side stretch and reach. Feeling the hips and shoulders moving around here as we stretch. Always feels good to me. Always. Why we do it so much. And then we're going to relax, open the feet or the legs a little wider, open the arms wider like a big X with your feet flexed. Take one hand over to the other arm and just stretch for that hand and try to reach past that hand. And then come on to the back, opening out, and then to the other side, reaching past that hand, stretch. And come on to the back, and we'll bring the legs together. Bend your knees to put your feet on the mat. Sweep the arms down, curl up. And if you can, roll up, or if you want to grab hold of your legs to help you, just, yeah, right, to come up to sitting. However you can get there. Okay, so we're going to lift our sits bones and extending the legs forward. Your knees might be bent, that's fine. Bring the pelvis forward and then just stretch forward over the legs. So, okay, if the legs aren't totally straight, we just want to kind of stretch the back of our body, right? So, like we do, and yeah. And then we'll come up and bring our feet together with the knees in that open diamond, right? And then stretch forward over the legs here. Even if you don't feel like you can go very far forward in the stretch, the main thing is we want to let our legs and our hips relax, right? So they open and yeah, and you get this stretch in the sacrum. So and then we'll sit up and come into a straddle. Now, the straddle, if it's hard for you to sit tall with your legs in a straddle, you can always bend the knees or you can bring your feet back together in that diamond. So one of those options, because you want to be able to sit tall, right? So we're going to lift our spine tall and see how straight our legs go. Bring your arms out and lift them up. So we're going to lengthen through the top of the head. Feel not so much reaching the arms as we're lifting our spine. Good. And then we're going to keep our back flat and we're just going to hinge forward. Right? So you may not go very far, but really focusing on how flat we can keep our back, keeping the head lifted, right? Feeling like you're reaching through the crown. And then kind of let your back relax and stack back up. And then arms come out and we lift up tall on the inhale, flat back forward on the exhale. Again, hinging from the very base of the spine. And then let your back relax and stack back up. Good. And one more time, lifting up nice and tall, hinge forward. And then let the back relax, stack back up. Now we're going to turn our torso, not our hips, they stay put a little bit toward the left leg, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing. So it's just a little rotation of the upper body, not the hips. Inhale, lift tall, exhale, flat back, rooting the sits bones, reaching toward that left foot, right, as we stretch long. And then let your back relax and stack up. And then sweep it up. Nice tall, lengthening, flat back forward, still on that left leg on the left side. Relaxing your spine, stacking back up. One more time, lift tall and flat back. Relaxing the spine, relaxing the arms and back around. Now we're going to take a little tiny rotation to the right leg, right? And you're going to reach up, facing that right foot and flat back forward. Reaching, and then relax and stack up. And we'll reach it out and up. Lengthen tall, flat back over that right leg. Again, your sits bones are rooted. And relax and stack up one more time. Nice and tall, flat back. Good strengthening for the back, right? And then relax and stack up. One more time to the center. So coming center, reaching up nice and tall. Your arms are soft, right? But you're lengthening your spine. Flat back forward here. Good. And then we're going to stay here and rotate. So look under your arm, turning to one side. Back to center, really flatten the back. And then rotate, look under the other arm. And back to center. Again, one more time. Lengthening here. And then let your spine relax, let your arms relax, stack your spine back up. You're welcome. Okay, so you're gonna thank me someday. Okay, so we're gonna bend our knees, bring them under or somewhere either together or in line with your sits bones. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of what you prefer. And we're gonna lift tall as we inhale, and then as we exhale, curl the tailbone under and round back about halfway, right? Or finding that sacrum. Inhale, exhale, pull yourself back up and lift tall. And let's go ahead and take our arms up as we come to the top and straighten our legs. Let's do that. So you can bend your knees as you go back down if you want. Bring arms forward and round back, or you can keep your legs straight. It's really depends on how that feels in your back. And if you can go all the way down, great. You don't have to. Inhale, exhale, stack back up, roll back up, and then lift and reach forward and exhale back. So really up to you whether you want to bend your knees as you go down and up, or whether you want to go all the way down. If you feel like you can't be successful coming up, then don't go all the way back. And lift all and reach forward. One more time. We're going to take a roll up to whatever amount we're capable of in this moment, right? Nice deep breath. Shoulders relaxed. And as we come up on this one, lifting, and then stretch over your legs. Just take a nice little round over the legs. Now we're going to pick up our right leg. I'm going to move my body down a little bit. Pick up your right leg, lift it, and slowly roll onto the back with your leg in the air. Give it a stretch. And we can pull that knee in and straighten it if we want, or you can use a strap or something to help you if you want as well to stretch. Right? You can always do that. And move the foot, work the foot a little bit and move it around. Move the ankle. I'm using my hand. Like anchoring through the left leg. Okay, and then we're going to, now for this, you can use a strap or something if you want around your foot, or just let your arms come out from your shoulders. And we're going to take, with that leg as straight as we can, take it across to the left side. So you're reaching foot, we're reaching our left foot, our right foot towards our left hand, and we're anchoring our right shoulder. Right? And lift it back up. And then we're going to reach our right foot towards our right hand as we open. And exhale up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And again, cross the body. Try to reach for that hand. And exhale up. Open the leg out, reaching toward the right hand. Unless you're using your strap, but you can, whatever feels good for your body here. Open and then lift back to the top. When you come to the top, you're going to grab hold of your leg, lift your head and shoulders, start to lower the leg and climb up as you lower the legs. So you can climb your tree, right? So just walking up toward the ankle, and then giving it a nice stretch. Probably you could use a strap, I suppose, but go ahead and climb slowly down your tree. And then when we come all the way down, let the arms stretch over our head, big reach. And then inhale, lift, grab hold of your leg, climb up your tree again. So pressing the leg down, let yourself be challenged, right? Just keep it as high as it will stay. Pull. And then again, we're going to climb with that leg as high as we can. We're going to climb down. One more time. And then stretch your arms over your head. Inhale, lift. Exhale, climb again. So press the leg into the hands. Up, up, up to the top of our tree. And then we'll take our left hand to the outside of the foot, right hand behind us. And just look over your right shoulder. So take a little turn to the right here. Twist to the right. And then coming back around, taking the inside of the foot with our right hand, and the left hand comes back, and we take a little twist to the left. Good. Breathe. And then coming back to center, right? Give that leg a stretch towards you and lower it back down. And we'll pick up our left leg, give it a stretch, and come down onto our back gracefully. Stretch the leg. You can also kind of climb up your leg and stretch it if you like. Just whatever feels good to you, however you like to stretch your leg, right? And you can move your foot and bend and straighten the knee. Really anchoring through the right leg. And again, using a strap or whatever if you want a little prop to help you. And then we're going to either, use the strap if you want, or bring your arms out from your shoulders. And we'll take that leg straight as we can across the body, reaching toward the right hand, anchoring that left shoulder. And lift it up. Open it out. Foot goes toward the left hand. In other words, we're going to lift it. And lift the leg up. Again, across the body towards your right hand. And lift it up. And open one more time out to the left. And lift. Great. And then we're going to reach for our leg, lift our head and shoulders. Climb our tree. So pushing that leg down to help you come up and pulling yourself toward your leg, lifting the leg, stretch, and we'll climb back down with that leg lifted. Climbing down is obviously easier than climbing up. And then stretch your arms over your head. And inhaling, lift. Grab hold, exhale, climb. Pressing that leg down. This side's harder for me. So you might find one side's easier and one side's harder. Give it a stretch. One more time, we climb down. And extend the arms, stretch. One more time, we climb up. Have hold. Use the breath to help you. And then we come to the top this time, stretching that leg up. We take our right hand to the outside of our foot, left arm behind us, and twist to the back. Come back around, same side hand to the inside of the foot, and twist to the back. And coming back to face our leg, one more little stretch. And lower the leg down. Woo! Okay. So we're going to roll onto our back and bring our arms over our head. Legs together, arms together. And just roll your whole body onto your side, whatever side you want to start with. Good. And you can just bring your top hand in front of you on the ground. So gluing the legs together, inhale. And then as we exhale, lifting the legs as high as you can, keeping them tight together, right? And lower down as you inhale. Exhale, lift. And then if you want, you can also lift your head a little bit off your arm. Lower down as you inhale. Exhale up, keeping the legs glued together. Inhale, lower down. And exhale up. Good. And lower down and relax. So we're going to take our top leg, we're going to lift it and grab the knee with your hand and just pull your knee in toward your shoulder, right? Really stretch that leg in toward your shoulder. And then grab hold of your foot and extend that leg out over you. So as straight as it'll go, maybe holding onto your big toe or just your foot. You might need to lean back a little bit. Yeah. Nice inner leg stretch there. And then we're going to release and bring it down and bend our knee. And we're going to put our foot in front of our bottom leg. And if that's too hard, it's probably easier to put it behind your bottom leg. And go ahead and bring your head on your hand if you're comfortable with that. So here or here. And then you're just going to lengthen your bottom leg and lift it as high as you can. And relax it down. Good. And lengthen and lift as high as you can. And relax it down. One more time. Lengthen and float that bottom leg up and stay there. Draw a little tiny circle. Very, very small. Or you could just kind of move it up and down if you want. And if you're circling, reverse. Just enough to engage the muscles. Hold and breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Stop and let your leg relax down. And then go ahead and bring yourself to your elbow. If you can, bring your foot in front of your leg, but like I said, you can keep it behind you as well. Let's take a little side plank. So lift the arm, lift the rib cage, lift the hips. Good. So you're pressing your foot into the ground and take a breath. Good. And lower down. We're going to let our legs come together. Stay on this elbow. And if you have the option of keeping your hips down, if it's easier for you. And what we're going to do is extend that top leg, lift the hips if you can, and reach away from your leg. But again, you can keep your hips down, and then bring elbow to knee and stretch out, right? So inhale, exhale in, inhale, reach, elbow to knee, reach, elbow to knee, reach. And if you're doing it with your hips down, just kind of, just go like this, right? Yeah, same thing. All right, reach and in, and reach and breathe. All right, last one. And then when you reach out, lengthen the leg, lift the arm, lower the hips. Go ahead and come all the way up. You can come into mermaid or a bent leg, maybe bend your legs next to you, whatever works for you, and take a little side stretch here. Oh, a little breath. You might move your head around a little bit too. And then we'll do a hip stretch. So however you like to do that. If you want to stack your knees and fold forward, it's called pretzel, or do a figure 4. everybody knows at this point in time. I think we do it all the time, what they like to do. So I don't need to tell you. Okay, and we're going to bring ourselves out from that stretch and come back onto our back. So go ahead and roll down and bring the arms over the head, legs and arms together. And we see if we can do a body roll onto this side. You can just bring your top hand in front of you, glue the legs together, inhaling, exhale, float the legs up as high as they will. Inhale, lower down. And then again, if you want to add the top part, you can lift your head as you lift your legs. So up, inhale, back down, exhale up. Inhale, lower. Or you can just keep your head down if you prefer. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. One more. Think. Exhale up. And lower down. And then we'll take that top leg, pull your knee in towards your shoulder, kind of really stretch it in. And then see if you can grab your foot or your big toe and extend that leg up. This leg isn't as easy, but if you kind of roll back a little bit, it might be more manageable. Yeah. A little stretch in the inner part of our leg, our thigh and leg muscles. And then we'll bend the knee and you can put the foot either, like I said before, in front of your leg or in back of your leg if that's easier. Sometimes that's easier. So lengthening the bottom leg and float it up as high as you can. And lower down, inhale, exhale, lengthen up and hold. And lower down. One more time, lengthen and hold that leg up. And just maybe do a little tiny circle or little pulses up. It's kind of holding it up there, breathing. And reverse. We don't work the inner parts of our legs as much as we're doing today normally, but nice for a change. Okay, stop and relax the leg down. And then go ahead and come up onto your elbow. See if we can lift our ribs, lift our arm, lift our hips up into a side plank. Just using that foot to help press us up. And lower down. And then taking this, letting both legs bend, right? Again, you can keep your hips down, straighten your top leg, or lift the hips up. And you're going to reach, as you lift the leg, reach the arm, stretch, and then elbow to knee. And then reach out, inhale, exhale, pull it in. So, inhale, exhale, pull it in. Kind of a full body sort of workout here. Reach it out, pull it in, and reach. Extend and contract. Reach. I didn't count last time. I'll just hopefully be about the same number. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's just one more. And then when we pull in, we're going to reach out one more time. Reach, reach, reach. Lift the arm, lower the leg, and come up to mermaid or some variation thereof. Over. Oh. So whatever works for you in a side stretch, but we can get our both legs to the other side, it just increases the stretch, right? But whatever works for you. You don't have to do it this way. You can sit cross-legged. Doesn't matter. As long as you're stretching the side a little bit. Yeah. And then we'll take a moment to stretch the hip. The way that works for you. Stack your legs or do the figure 4. Might move the head and neck around a bit or whatever feels good. Unfortunately, we don't take long enough to really stretch our hips, right? So hopefully that can come at another time when you feel like hanging out on the floor and stretching. All right, and then we'll come out from there and we'll come on to our all fours. And we're just gonna spread our fingers wide. You can always put padding under the hands, under the knees. Inhale, and then as we exhale, curl the tailbone under, round the back. Press the hips back a little bit. And lift up and arch. Look forward, lift the tailbone. And again, rounding, curling the tailbone under, pressing the hips back a bit, and lifting up and coming into an arch. We're going to tuck our toes into the mat. Good. And now rounding on the exhale and pressing the hips back. And lift back up and then float the knees. If you want, you can pike the hips. It's optional. And then come back down, float the knees and lower down and arch. And again, round, press back, lift up, float knees, pike hips, press them heels into the ground, and then coming back through, lowering down. One more time, round, back. Feel the stretch in the shoulders as you pull up and float the knees. Press the hips up. And lower slowly down. And look forward. Good. And then just press back to the heels for just a brief moment. And then we'll come back and onto our all fours. We're going to stretch our right leg long behind us. Make any adjustments in your hand that you need. You're going to lift it up, and we're going to take it across to the left and look over your left shoulder. Right, so your toes are on the ground, and you'll feel a side stretch in the right side. So toes on the ground, press into that heel. Stretch your heel back. Feel the toes get a stretch. You really reach to the heel. Feel a stretch in our side, our right side. And then we're going to lift the leg up, take it over to the right, and look over your right shoulder. And then lift it up, take it to the left, looking over the left shoulder. Lift it up, take it to the right. Lift it up, take it to the left. And lift it up and take it out to the right. Up and to the left. And then lifting it up, bringing our knee back under us. Stretch the left leg long and lift it up. And then take it across to the right with your toes in the ground, looking over your right shoulder. Stretch through that heel. Right? So press through the heel. And then lift that leg up, take it out to the left, following it with your head. Lift it up, take it to the right, over that shoulder. Lift it up and take it to the left, looking over that shoulder, right? So we're bending, we're side bending as we move our leg, bending over to one side and the other. Good, out to the left. And then we're going to lift it up and bring our knee back under us. Take a little stretch back to your heels, reaching the arms forward. And then coming onto our belly, elbows under the shoulders, right? Sphinx position. Good. And the legs straight back. So we're going to press the arms into the ground, press the front of our hips into the ground. You're going to take one leg and kick it in 2 times, flexing, and then reaching out. And the other leg kicks in and stretched out. Good. Inhale and exhale. Kick, kick, and reach. Kick, kick, and reach. Really pressing the front of the pelvis into the ground. Pressing the arms, pressing your torso up. When you're even on both sides, just let the legs relax back there. And we're going to let our elbows go out so we can stack our hands, rest our head on it, rest the forehead on your hands. And we're just going to press arms into the ground, lift your head and chest up, and lift your left leg. Right? So just kind of looking forward and then lower down. And then pressing the head and chest up and lifting the right leg. And lower down. And again, pressing up, lifting the left leg. Pressing up as high as you can with your arms on the ground. Lower back down. And then the right leg as you press up and lower down. Now we're going to lift our arms with our head and lift both legs, right? So we're going to lift everything up. Lift and lower and lift and lower. And try to relax your neck as you lift and lower. Good. Stay here. Bring your elbows in towards your waist so your hands are under the shoulders. Pressing arms into the ground, lift your head and chest up. And then float your arms off the ground. So you're going to reach the right arm and then pull it back in. Reach the left arm, pull it back in. See if you can just hover off the ground. Reach the right arm, pull it in. Reach the left arm, pull it in. Reach the right arm, pull it in. Reach the left arm, pull it in. Now we're going to reach both arms and pull it in. Reach both arms, pull it in. Reach both arms, pull it in. Hold, hold, and relax down. I know you felt that in your low back. Good. Okay, so lifting the head and chest up and then pressing into the hands. So as high as you want to come or as straight as the arms want to go here, right? And then lowering back down. And then again, head and chest reach out and up, press into the hands, up into whatever version of swan or cobra you like to do or feels good to you, and lower down. Really good for the low back, right? And one more time, pressing up and all the way onto our knees. We're going to stretch back to our hips to our heels, stretch back and a little back stretch. You might like to open the knees apart, open the hips a little bit, stretch. know child's pose is considered a resting pose, but there's a lot of really good things that happen in a child's pose. Really good for us, right? Okay, so we're going to come back around to sitting. With the knees bent, you're going to bring your feet close in and the hands behind the hips. And kind of pull the shoulders back. Bring the feet in. So we're going to do a little tricep work, right? So inhale. I know some people don't like this, but exhale, press the hips up. Good. And lower, draw the hips back towards your hands to lower down. Now you can do just taking a break in between, or we're going to press up again, or you can do what I call the tricep swing. So to do the tricep swing, you keep pressing really hard into the ground. You draw your hips back. You swing them back without lowering, and then you swing them back up. So this is an option if you want to really get into the triceps and make it a challenge. Otherwise, do it slowly and rest in between, right? Little tricep swing, back and up. Next time your hips come back, go ahead and lower down. Oh, and I know your hands and wrists are open and close quickly, tightly, open, and then move the wrists around, move the fingers. Yeah, shake them, whatever feels good to you. But sometimes, lacing the fingers too and going like that feels good. There's lots of ways to get into a little stretch from that. Okay, and then we'll bring ourselves around to sitting. Sit with your legs in a straddle if you can, or like you can do the diamond, or you can however you like. If this is uncomfortable, sit on something. Good. And we're going to bring our arms out. We're going to start with just twisting, right? So just lifting tall as we inhale, and we're going to rotate back. Our exhale, and then inhale back, lift tall, exhale, twist. Rooting the sits bones. Inhale tall, exhale, twist. Inhale tall, exhale, twist. Good. And then we'll take it into saw. Inhale, rotate, exhale, stretch across. Maybe press with your back hand, root the sits bones, lift it back up. Nice and tall, rotate and reach. Grab your foot, whatever you like to do to stretch, right? Lift tall, rotate. You can reach your back hand away from your front hand. If you want to do that version, which is the traditional version. And breathe, right? So this is a nice fluid, flowing, breathing stretch. That's how I look at it. How I like to think of saw, right? Reach. Yeah. And when you're even on both sides, you can just land at the top and relax your arms. Give your shoulders a little roll. It feels good to them. And also like lengthening our spine. We don't pay much attention to the neck, but let's do that today. So we're as far as, neck stretches and stuff, but let's go ahead and lengthen through the spine and take a little circle with your nose in front of you. Now it can be small or it can be big, but that's a way to move the head without taking your head back, right? It's just a circle. And then reverse your circle. I know you're going to say, I hear crunching going on. That's okay. There's crunching going on in there. And then coming center with your hands out, straight out, fingers down. Let your left ear drop toward your left shoulder. Lift your right arm slightly with the palm forward. Now taking that arm a little bit behind you, look up. We're going to just kind of get into the scalenes. Always feels good in this whole area here by the shoulder and neck. Yeah. And then come back to center. And then lift tall. Let your right ear drop. Float the left arm up with your palm forward and take it slightly back and just look up a little bit. The diagonal stretch from your fingers to your head, right? And bring it back to center. Good. Just relax your arms. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to hit the button here.